Hey everybody, I'm Voice Monet and welcome to my channel, Voices Here, where I take you along on my journey as a sustainable artist, entrepreneur, raising 2 kids solo in the South of the United States. If you're new to the channel and you like the content that I'm providing, I'm going to ask that you hit the like button, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel because I'll be sharing every aspect of this process with you guys. And I know I had a lot of questions along the way, so if I can be of help to you guys, I'd love to do it. So with no further ado, let's roll into today's episode. So as you can see, some progress has been made since last week's episode. I know I'd etched out the dome area, but I did spend some time not only etching it out, but tarping it, and then starting to flatten some landscaping fabric that I'm going to be using to etch out the pathways. But what I was super excited about was the arrival of my solar panels and generator. Don't mind me, y'all. I get excited about very, very simple things. So I ordered 4 Renogy solar panels, and who knows what I'll have by the time you guys actually see this video, because I realized that I did my configurations on the solar a little bit wrong for the generator that I purchased, but these are great panels. So what will end up happening is I'll probably keep 2, and they will run into this Delta Max EcoFlow portable solar generator that I copped from the Home Shopping Network. Now this solar generator is great because it has both AC and DC outlets. You see the 6 AC, it has a solar input, it has a fast charge system, it has a 12-volt cigarette charger for the car. It works great. So the bulk of getting the backyard to where you saw it was creating the landscaping. I went through a company called Edgerite. Edgerite deals in Corten steel landscape edging. I know that I live in New Orleans and we get treacherous weather here, so I couldn't just deal with some, cheap plastic landscaping. I needed something that was solid, that could hold water, that could sustain, because we get heavy flooding, heavy rainfall in the summer. And I'm really, really fighting with this Bermuda grass, y'all. I know I hear people mention their struggle with Bermuda grass, but I will drop in here some photos of actual roots, grass roots that I have pulled up, rhizome roots. So I thought the ginger was a problem, but boy, the Bermuda grass is something else. So with this landscape edging, it comes in long straight sheets. You have to bend it yourself, and then you have to contour it, and then you have to hammer it in. I take a 2x4 and a mallet, and I lay the 2x4 across the steel edging opposite the grain of the wood, because you could split it. It is that sharp, and it has these teeth at the bottom with ridges that just dig deep into the ground. And so for this project, for the normal pathways, I did 4-inch edging, and for the fire pit and around the dome, I did 8-inch edging so that I can have some depth. And it wasn't a hard process, but the weather was starting to get hot, so I was just happy to knock it out early mornings. All right, now that I have the edging in, it was time to pull up the grass, which I had started to do. And what you see me doing here is tamping the grass with a wheelbarrow. Now, tamping, if you're new to DIY life or construction, landscaping in general, tamping is when you flatten and compress the ground, y'all. And because we were getting rain, I was using the rain to my benefit to help me flatten the ground. So I would look at the weather forecast and I would see which days it was going to rain, and I would make sure that I do a majority of my path work days prior to rain, so that the rain could help me in flattening before I brought in the plate compactor. And these are ways that I encourage you guys to really pay attention to the ecosystem that you're in and see how you can use it to your advantage. A lot of people were shocked when they found out that I was doing a construction project throughout the summer in New Orleans. I'm shocked too now that I look back on it. But there are ways to make these things work in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, you just gotta surrender to nature, because guess what? Between you and nature always wins. Remember that. So for me, it's important that I'm creating a space that works in harmony with nature. I started with a bare bones backyard. I am trying to build an ecosystem that supports life, that supports pollinators, that supports animals, that produces food. So paying attention to my natural ecosystem was my starting point when mapping out this project, in all seriousness. So as you can see, this tamping process takes quite a lot of time, but it's helpful. And if you're tight on a budget and you can't afford to rent a plate compactor, it does the job. Okay. If you don't have the money, you got to have the time. If you don't have the time, you got to have that money. So as you can see, I've got my fire pit edged out. Ugh, I can't look at that fence anymore. Yuck. And then I thought all was well because I got a call that my fence panels were going to arrive in 3 days. And guess what? Y'all, I'm about to have fence panels dropped off and there's literally a second line going on. Like, this is only New Orleans right here. Only New Orleans. So if you enjoyed today's episode, again, I'd love for you to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment below on anything you might have learned from this particular chapter of landscaping, edging, building out a backyard series. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I had so many during this process, and YouTube was super helpful for me in terms of sourcing information, learning how to do any of this. I haven't gone to school for this. In case y'all didn't know, I have not gone to school for this. I am a noob to construction, building in general. I'm just an artist, y'all. I'm an artist. I have a vision. I have an imagination, and I got a work ethic like no other. So don't play me. Peace. Catch you next time.
Oh my goodness. There's another one. Oh my goodness. Is there another one? Oh my goodness.
I don't have any comments on the boys running yet, or is it, you can figure out that raw added laughter.
Are there two or are there one?
Oh, I know where you can drop it.